Okay, so let's start by reading the question. Every month, Statistics South Africa collects data relating to the prices of 44 common household goods. This is called the Household Food Index, HFI. The HFI for some South African cities for 3 months in 2020, and the difference in rand and percentage change is in the table given below. Okay, so basically we have the following headings there: the city, the index in rands, and the change. Something we must notice that the time periods there are September, October, and November. With the change, it's showing from October to November, from September to November, and so on. Okay, so let's read 1.1.1. Define the term inflation in context. So there's two aspects that you must look at in this question. Is firstly, you need to know what inflation means, and the second thing is that you need to put it in context to the question. So firstly, we know that inflation is the change in prices from year to year, and in this particular instance we notice, as I've indicated, is that the changes in prices that take place here is in terms of months. So your answer would be to indicate the change in prices of goods. So inflation is the change in prices of good. Right, but that's the first part, and then the second part is within the context from month to month. Okay, so this fulfills what the question requires. Next question is, state whether the data shown in the change in rand column is discrete or continuous. So what we need to do is locate the change in rand. So if you notice, it's this area. There's our change here, and there's the in rand. So we're going to look at this area here. So we need to know whether this information in this box here is discrete or continuous. Now in this particular instance, you notice the change takes place from October to September, and you notice that, or should I say, October to November, and then from September to November. So your data that's presented to you in this case would be changing, right? And when it changes, it would be continuous. Arrange the cities in the change in percentage column for October to November in descending order of percentages. So what we need to do is look for the change in percentage. That would be this area over here. There's our change in percentages there. And then also in the question they indicate that we need to look at October to November. So this would be this column here. Alright, so these amounts here we need to arrange from highest to lowest. Remember, they said descending order. Descending order, I normally tell the learners, it goes with downhill. Starts with D, downhill, descending. So in order for us to move from downhill, we go from the highest point to the lowest point. So descending order. So we'd start off with 9,7 would be our first amount. Thereafter we have 2,9. Then we have 2,2. Then we have 1,4. And lastly we have 0,9. Now remember, these are percentages, so please make sure you indicate percentages in your answers. For instance, percentages. Alright, as is, as given in the question. Calculate the missing value A. So let's indicate our A is right over here. But remember, it's under the column change in rand. So there is a change that took place in rands. Now let's look at it further. On that line there, you see there's a change that took place in rands. Now this change that took place in rand is indicated by this heading here, which is September to November. So we need to consider those months. So from this point here right to November is where the change took place. So all we need to do in order for us to determine the change is work out the difference. So we take the November amount, which is 4054,94, subtract 3,886,87, and the difference there would be $168.07. Write down the name of the city with the largest increase in rand from October to November. So looking at the question, we notice that there is a largest increase in rand, and it gives you a period from October to November. So those are the things that we need to look for. So let's look for the changes in rands. That's the heading there. From October to November, so it would be this column. So basically in this section here, we are looking for the one with the largest amount, and that would be the Springbok. Alright, that would be this area here, just to indicate to you it's this part here. So your answer is Springbok.